Alrighty, welcome everybody to the first official Formula Jonah live stream. This is going to be something absolutely incredible, and I think that this prototype live stream that we have right here is going to be the start for a new era for this YouTube channel. Welcome to everybody that's so far joining in. We're going to slowly go into things because everybody's kind of brand new, kind of joining in as we speak. I will be streaming and starting my IMSA GTP predictions, which I'll get into in just a second, in a moment. But yeah, like I said, welcome to everybody that is joining the stream so far. Quick notes before we begin. If you see me looking over here, that's because I am looking at the comment section, and also feel free to comment down below thoughts, questions as well. I won't be able to answer every single one of them. If I did, then I would be looking all the time at this side of the screen, which I want to be focusing on you guys right here. For some of you as well, this is the first time seeing me like this with my face and all that sort of thing with this type of live setup. I've primarily been doing YouTube videos on my YouTube channel, of course. But this is the first time we've done a live stream, and I think this kind of speaks for what the channel is going towards as we head into 2024. Speaking of which, 2024 has been so far absolutely incredible. We have been getting so many views on the YouTube videos that have already come out. 5 or so videos have only come out, and already some of them are reaching over 100,000 views collectively. Between all of them. So really excited for 2024. But I want to take it to the next level, because in late 2023, I do this for every year, and I'm sure many different content creators do the same. I thought, okay, what can I do different this year? What can I do different for 2024 with this YouTube channel to get it more out there and just make it bigger in every way? And I thought, okay, I want to keep the videos, which of course is going to be the primary thing of this channel. I mean, all of you are here watching the videos. That's the thing that we are most famous for, I guess, here on the Formula Jonah YouTube channel. But I thought, what if we branched into something new? Not the primary thing of the channel, but something that could potentially be good and spark a new era for the FJ YouTube channel. And that's where this live stream idea kind of came in. So I think it's going to be absolutely incredible. And yeah, I just can't wait for what's to come for the future. I'm working on some really cool projects for the live streaming idea here. Like I said previously, this particular live stream that we're doing right now is just a prototype. It's not the official, like, hands down, everything's organized live stream. This is just me kind of testing some stuff out, getting ready for what's to come for the Formula Jonah YouTube channel, and hopefully it's much success. So welcome to everybody. I think we're ready to kind of get going with this topic. The main subject of this live stream is going to be GTP predictions for the 2024 season, primarily the standings predictions. I won't be going into like LMP2 or the GT classes of IMSA just yet, because this would be, I don't know, a 3 or 4 hour live stream, and specifically the GTP class is like one of our main topics we discuss on this channel, and so I thought it would probably be best to do GTP predictions for the standings. So that will start in just a second. I'm going to read through the comments to see what you guys are saying real quickly, and again, feel free to comment down below your thoughts. But yeah, I just want to see through everybody here. Nico says, I just want to say thank you for your great videos. Greetings from Germany. Yeah, thank you so much, Nico, for your support. And thank you to everybody, really. So many of you have just thrown in so much support into this YouTube channel. To be honest, I regard this channel as not being my channel altogether. It's all of our channels. It's not me that's helping to get this content out there. It's you guys. You guys are the ones that are trying to help this YouTube channel and make it possible. Without you guys, it's not possible. So I just want to say a big thank you. I haven't really expressed my gratitude across the videos themselves. I put them out on the community posts and on Instagram and all that sort of thing. But yeah, just a big thank you for everything you guys have done. I think at the start of 2023, we were, let's see, 4,000 or 5,000 subscribers at the start. And then as we headed towards the end of 2023, 18,000 or so subscribers, which is incredible. And we're already 2 or so weeks into the year of 2024. But we've already gained another 1,000 and are on our way to the big accomplishment of 2020, or sorry, of 20,000 subscribers, which is absolutely, it's absolutely incredible. It's absolutely incredible. But yeah, oh, man, so we already got 52 people watching live, which is awesome. I'm sure that that will go on forever. Paulo says, I've been following your videos for quite some time, and for a huge sports car fan as me, they're very cool. Greetings from Portugal. Thank you so much for your support. I am blown away by the support you guys have shown for this YouTube channel. Wow, so many people in the chat so far. Often the S's is here. Hey Stu, how are you doing? Alrighty, I'm just gonna get some water real quickly. $54 people live now. That's awesome. Like I said, prototype live stream. So if I get a few things wrong, don't worry. It's just this for the start. Was this scheduled or not? Yes, it was. It was scheduled on the community post. I put out an announcement, or I mean, I put out a community post about the live stream about a week or so ago for an announcement that I was going to do it. I also did it on social media. By the way, while we're already on that subject of social media, this is a big topic I want to get into because I don't get to discuss it that often with you guys on the videos. As you can see in the bottom right hand side of your screen, I have links to my my channels. You can see the exact links by clicking the description down below. This is the case for all the videos as well. This is a great place to get up to speed on content as well. I'm mainly on Instagram. Twitter/X and Twitch is something I'm not really on that often. I try and be on Twitter and post updates for videos. And then Twitch is going to be for, and that's, I guess, a great time to announce that I am going to be doing Le Mans Ultimate gameplay over on Twitch. That's going to be what that's going to be mainly about, I guess you could say. So that's good. So yeah. All right, well, let's move on with the main topic of this video. It's going to be IMSA GTP 2024 standings predictions. I'll throw in a few more predictions on the way, like, I don't know, best performance across the season, most consistent, boldest prediction, I guess, for the season or whatever. But I'm mainly going to be going through my championship predictions for the cars entered. All right, so let's go into that now. I'm going to switch to that image so you guys can see the predictions. Here we go. So on the right-hand side of your screen, you can see the predictions for GTP. There is about 11 cars or so. GTP is going to have 10 full-time, 1 extra entry, which I'll get into in just a second. And yeah, we're going to talk about that. Also, one quick thing I want to say as well when it comes to the live chat, I want to be interacting with you guys a lot more. I think that's very valuable in content creation, specifically live streams. So throughout this live stream and throughout these predictions I do here, I'd like you guys to give me your predictions. So for example, if I say this team or that team will be finishing in P11 in the standings, feel free to send me who you think will be finishing in P11 in the championship standings. It will make more sense as we go on. It may seem a little confusing at the start, but don't worry. We'll get into that in just a moment. So here we go. And by the way, this is just my opinion. Not gonna say that this team is finishing there and that's absolutely final. That's not the case. So let's move into 11th, and then we'll move up the order kind of thing. So for 11th position in the GTP standings, this is a fairly easy one for me. I'm going to go with Lamborghini. Now, this is kind of straightforward to me. I'll explain on that why. The SC63 is a brand new entry into the GTP category. And I think that the GTP class is going to see the Lamborghini be very competitive. The reason why I think Lamborghini is going to finish in P11 is simply because they aren't going to finish they aren't going to participate in every single event this season. If you didn't catch up on my SC63 Lamborghini video that I put out a few days ago, I think, definitely go check that out. There's a link in the description down below for that video as well. But basically in that video, I explained that Lamborghini is only participating at specific events across the season. Now, these events are called the Michelin Endurance Rounds, so Lamborghini will only be participating at 4 of these events. This includes the Sebring race, the 12 hours of Sebring, Watkins Glen, the 6 hours of the Glen, Indianapolis Motor Speedway, the Battle of the Bricks, and Road Atlanta at Petit Le Mans. Now, if you are wondering why I did not include the Rolex 24, that's because Lamborghini is not participating at IMSA's crown jewel of the event at Daytona, which is a little sad to me, to be honest, but Lamborghini are ultimately not prepared. I explained that with a quote from Lamborghini's motorsport director, Giorgio Senna, as he explained that he explained why, basically, in a short few sentences. But yeah, Lamborghini will not be competing at the Rolex 24. And so, because Lamborghini is not competing at every event this season, only 4, this is why I've put them down in 11th position. But let me know down in the comments who you think is going to be finishing in 11th position, and we'll see who agrees, who doesn't, whatever. Feel free to disagree with me. I mean, that's the point of these predictions. They're my predictions, so it doesn't have to be yours as well. But yeah, Lamborghini, while they were at the IMSA sanctioned test, that might be confusing for someone. I explained that in the Lamborghini video I did. Lamborghini were at the IMSA sanctioned test at Daytona. The reason why they were there and not at the official Rolex 24 is because they had to be. It was basically required to be at that test, especially for new GTP cars. So yeah, that's interesting. So in the comments, I'm looking over, a few people are saying Lamborghini. DTR Cars says, I think Lamborghini will be P9 or P10. Interesting. Okay. I could definitely see that. So a lot of people are saying Lamborghini for P11 in the championship. Missing races will hurt Lamborghini in the standings for sure. Yeah, Lamborghini won't be really in the championship fight, I guess you could say. I'm gonna let this comment section roll for just a second and see what people say as we go along. I'm seeing the majority is Lamborghini finishing in 11th position. And hopefully as we go along in 2025, Lamborghini will switch to full-time. We'll see how that goes, though. Greg says, just started watching your content. Great way to get into endurance racing. Keep it up. Thank you for the huge support, Greg. Really appreciate that. Got Ickle in here as well. Just on lunch. Wanted to say hello. Glad you're doing well, buddy. Yeah, I hope you're doing well too, man. Thank you for dropping in. Okay, so most people are saying Lamborghini. Let's move on to P10 in the standings. Now, this is where things get a little bit, I guess, more of an unknown and more of like, not for sure happening, because Lamborghini ultimately is probably going to be, I don't know, last in the championship. I have to say, I'm sorry. I got Sadie asking in the comments, how are you doing today? I'm doing pretty good. Thanks for asking. Hope you're doing as good as well. It's been a cold day where I'm at in the US. So kind of a cold winter's day, as you could say. But anyway, let's move on to P10 in the standings, and I'm gonna go with JDC Miller Motorsports and their Porsche 963, the number 85 car, not to be confused with the 5. Speaking of which, the 5 number is moving with Proton competition. Very confusing. People are gonna, and considering that Mustang Sampling is used to sponsor JDC Miller Motorsports over in IMSA's DPI category, it's going to be really confusing for some to try and figure out, wait, hold on a second, is that the 5 car? Is that JDC Miller's car? It's we'll get used to it as the time goes by. But yeah, I'm putting JDC Miller in 10th position. A lot of people are saying they agree, JDC Miller for 10th. I think JDC Miller are going to have another strong season. I think they are. I'm not going to say that they aren't. And to be clear, these standings could go any way. I think the championship's going to be so close in the GTP category for 2024. But JDC Miller, I'm putting them in 10th. They finished with some solid results last season. I think their best race was for sure, what's it called? CTMP, the Chevrolet Grand Prix. They had a very strong race, finished, I believe, 4th in that event. I have to look back. They finished ahead of both of the Penske entries. The race before at Watkins Glen, they also finished 4th. That was a different scenario considering that, like, the number 6 Porsche was technically disqualified. There were some other entries that weren't in it as well, such as the 24 BMW. But yeah, that's JDC Miller had a very strong season in 2023. But I think that there's going to be some other teams that are going to be able to finish a little bit higher up in the championship compared to JDC Miller Motorsports. But to be honest, as a JDC Miller Motorsports fan, as somebody who has JDC Miller Motorsports merch, I definitely have to say that I'll be supporting the yellow Porsche, or the banana Porsche as people call it. So I hope that my prediction's wrong because I want to see them do well. Let's take a look at the comment section and see what people are saying. A lot of people are saying JDC Miller. A lot of people are also saying Proton to finish in 10th. And this is going to be one of my bold predictions. You see where I've put Proton in this as well. Let's take a break for a moment because Lee just mentioned in the comments, he says, Jonah, which possibly high change... Wait, hold on. Oh, I think... Okay, so you're asking which LMH or LMDH manufacturers will be joining in 2025. I think that's what you're saying. Hopefully I'm correct on that. Is there anybody that's going to be joining 2025? McLaren, Alfa Romeo, 2 manufacturers that have been interested in joining. Acura possibly joining the hypercar class in the near future. Of course, that's just speculation at this point. And then Aston Martin, of course, is joining as well for sure. We know that 100% correct. That's a whole nother topic, so I'll get into that a little bit later. But right now, I want to focus on the standings. So I'm watching the comments. As you can see, I'm kind of scrolling my eyes over here. A lot of people are saying JDC Miller. A lot of people are saying Proton as well. So I'm putting JDC Miller. Some people are saying Proton. Some people are saying JDC Miller. So it's around the customer Porsches somewhere. But anyway, let's move on to P9 in the standings. Now, I think this is a little bit more of a... How would I say this? More of a bold prediction, but let's see how this goes. I have put the number 24 BMW from RLL. Now, this may come as a surprise for some, considering where is the other customer entry. Usually the customer entries will be, I don't know, towards the end of the field, considering 2023. But here's the thing. The reason why I'm not putting Proton here is, well, one of the reasons at least, is because last season we have to remember that the customer Porsche entries were racing part-time. They weren't racing full-time. And I think that we're going to see some faster times, faster competitive nature from these customer teams from Proton and JDC Miller Motorsports. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But the fact of the matter is I've put BMW, the 24 car, in P9. New driver on board, but I still think that they're going to have a strong season. 24 BMW was overlooked. And somebody just said in the comments, is that the Farfus car? No. Well, I mean, technically yes and no. Let me explain. Farfus is driving as in the in some of the events like Daytona, but it's he's actually going to be racing in the WEC in the GT categories with WRT, I believe. But yeah, BMW, the 24 car in 2023. Besides the Cadillac, the '01 Cadillac in particular, everybody said, including myself, that car had the most unlucky season, which I can totally agree with. The 24 BMW, though, probably had the second most unlucky season. The reason why I say this is because they had so many times where, like, there was either a crash or they had a reliability issue, or they just really weren't on the same pace compared to the 25. The 25 BMW was, I would consider it as the most, what's the word? Consistent car across the IMSA season in GTP. But the 24 was almost the complete opposite. They were not consistent at all and didn't even score a podium. They were the only car for a certain stage to not really be involved in the championship besides the customer entries. So it was a little bit of a shame to see them have so many difficult moments across the season. I think that their best result was, I think, around 6th or so. I could be wrong on that. I need to check that one more time. But BMW finished, I believe, 6th at the Rolex 24 Daytona, the first event of the season. And that was mainly because of other cars retiring or something like that. But it was just a very difficult season for them. I still think that the 24 BMW will have a stronger season in 2024. But I do think that it's not going to be the same compared to other manufacturers and other cars on the grid. Let's take a look at the comments and see what people are saying. Who do we think is going to finish in 9th place in the Constructors' Championship? I've put the 24 BMW. I now want to hear what you guys have to say. And in the meantime, I'm going to get some water. And by the way, we almost have 100 viewers live here today. Huge turnout. Didn't expect that. Jay says, I have Proton in 9th. Okay, I could see that. We have some more BMW. Okay, so some people are agreeing with me. BMW for 24 in 9th position. So, okay, interesting. And the Doppy Hunter says, you got the merch. Well, yeah, so this is a good point to mention this. I do have this hat, this one Formula Jonah hat, and it's exactly that. It is the one and only Formula Jonah hat. I also have 2 t-shirts that I have as well. In the future, I may consider doing some merch, which could be coming into the future. Yeah, so that there is this Formula Jonah hat, but that's the only Formula Jonah hat. I can assure you of that. That is the only one. And I have it on screen here. But yeah. Auction it off for charity. Maybe in the future. It's the one and only, the rarest Formula Jonah hat out there. There's one and only across the entire world. But yeah. If you guys are interested in merch, I'd like to know that actually, because if you guys are actually really interested in the merch for Formula Jonah, I will for sure be looking into that. Let me know down in the comments if you do believe, or if you do want merch or anything like that. Coffee mug, please. Okay, I could see that. I could see that happening. You know, hats are very hard to do. But I think it's definitely possible. If anything, I'd start out probably with like a shirt or something like that. We'll see. So yeah, some people are saying yes for the what's it called? The merch. Okay, while we've taken a sideline on the topic of merch for the Formula Jonah YouTube channel, let's get back to the topic at hand. BMW 9th, that's what I'm going for. Next up on this predictions list, I've put the number 40 WTR Acura. Now, this is the car driven by Louis Delatraz and Jordan Taylor. Love the lineup, by the way, by WTR. Now, could become a little bit of a surprise for some, considering that Acura had a very strong car over in IMSA last season. But the fact is that was also Acura coming in after a championship that was secured in the DPI days. They had experience. But now in 2024, we're seeing the first time, and this is the same thing for the Hypercar class as well. This is the first time where we're going to see the second year of the new Hypercars. Over in Hypercar, we're going to see the Ferrari and Porsche achieve probably hopefully more bigger results and take the fight to the likes of Toyota, and hopefully we see more of that. And same goes for GTP with Porsche and BMW now that they have experience. But yeah, this is a little bit of a bold prediction, I guess you could say. The 40 Acura. Now, to be clear, this is the Meyer-Shank Acura. It's just been repainted. It's been given to WTR. MSR has left IMSA, of course, for 2024 to focus on IndyCar and other things as well. But this is the second WTR car. And I'm kind of like rethinking some of these predictions because Acura was looking very quick in 2023. And I think that car might be able to score a little bit more points. I think I'm not doing it as much justice as it should be. So, okay, 40 car in P8. That's what I've given. That's the number 40 Acura from WTR with Andretti. This is not the Konica Minolta car. They are revealing an entry or livery soon for it. Tell me in the comments who you think is going to be finishing in 8th in the championship for GTP. I've put the Acura 40. Tell me what you think. We have a lot of people in the comments. Let's see. We've now reached over 100 live viewers. Great to see that as well. Haven't got a lot of people so far just yet in the comment section saying who's P8 in the standings. Dammy says for me it would be Proton. Okay, could see that. I could definitely see that. And notice how I haven't mentioned the Mustang sampling Proton Porsche just yet. That means I'm going on the Proton hype train. So a lot of people are saying Proton actually in the comments section. JDC or Proton. Lambo P1. I could definitely see that. DLRSC says, discovered this channel 3 days ago. Already my favorite channel on YouTube. Great video formats. Keep it up. Wow, love the support. This is absolutely incredible. Thank you so much. That means so much to me. I really do appreciate that. I really strive to put out content for you guys. That's my goal with this, is to spread the word of this endurance racing format to you, the viewers. I mean, the reason why I started this channel, and this is a whole topic I won't get into fully, and the reason why I started this channel was mainly because I wanted to spread this endurance racing info to the viewers. Because for me, when I was looking at Hypercar and GTP, I could barely find any info in it. As just a fan, I was just a fan back then, and still am to this day. And to be honest, I was thinking like, okay, where is the content on Hypercar and GTP? There's nothing from the like officials or anything like that saying, okay, what is this? Like, I was curious to know more about the Hypercar and GTP class. This was when like it was just starting, like early 2018, 2019 kind of thing. And I think that a lot of people were kind of wondering like, okay, when is this going to come? Is there any content coming out there? And so I thought, okay, why don't we go and do some content? And that's exactly what happened. We have a comment coming in saying, Jonah, could Glickenhaus enter IMSA? I wish they could, and they really tried to. Jim and his team really tried to enter IMSA. However, IMSA has a rule that states that 2,500 road cars must be produced per year and able to join the GTP class. This rule is not applied in the Hypercar class over in the WEC, but it is over in GTP, which is why Glickenhaus and other manufacturers such as Van Wall and Isotta Fraschini cannot participate over in GTP. Okay, moving on, we have the first 4 up on the list. I'm going to move on to P7. This is a little bit of a bold prediction, another bold prediction by me. I'm going to go for Proton Competition's Porsche 963, the number 5 Mustang sampling entry to finish in 7th place. This is the second of the 4 Porsches on the grid. The second of the customer Porsches as well. So Proton Competition, I am really thinking that they're going to have a very strong season over in IMSA's GTP class next season. They have a lineup of Jean-Marie Bruni and Neil Yanni, I believe. And I think that they're just going to have a very, very competitive season with that 963 that they have. We'll see how it works out with them. But I really, really think that Proton Competition is going to be much faster. Maybe that's just because I love that livery. It could be. But I also believe in this German outfit. I think that they have strong pace. They showed it in their first event at Monza in the WEC. And I think Petit Le Mans also showed that they have the ability to be on the podium, even in interesting circumstances, like the last few moments of the Petit Le Mans event in 2023. So that's my prediction for 7th in the GTP standings. Let's see what people are saying in the comments section. My 7th will be the 01 Cadillac. Interesting. 7th BMW 24. So some BMWs and Cadillacs there. Interesting. Okay. I could definitely see something like that. We'll see. We'll see what happens with Proton Competition. I don't know. I don't know what happens. I don't know if it will happen, of course. It's just a prediction. Some people are saying Acura for the 40 Acura on 7th. Could see that. Watching on my birthday and can't wait for the 2024 IMSA and WEC to start. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Hope it's a great day for you today. Thank you for joining in. So some people are saying Acura, some people are saying BMW, some people are saying Cadillac. And this is while we're on the subject of Proton Competition, is this by far the best livery in 2024 from the GTP class? I can't put it up on screen because I already have a full system out on here, but the majority of you have probably seen it. It's the Mustang sampling card. It's black and gold. I think it might be my favorite Porsche livery that any 963 has. Is it really that good? Is it that good of a livery? I mean, I posted a video, let's see, how long ago was it? Early December on the Toyota livery for the GR010. And I mentioned that I just mentioned that Proton Competition revealed their livery, and the comments went wild. So many people were saying, this is an awesome livery. So can we assume that Proton Competition has one of the best liveries on the grid? I would say so. I would say that they have a very strong livery. It's got that black with the gold. Mustang sampling back in IMSA as well. Congratulations to them. The WeatherTech livery was really cool. A lot of people are... Okay, so Danny says the yellow banana car. Yeah, that JDC Miller cars is by far... for 2023 was by far the best livery, I'd say, in IMSA for the Porsche 963s. I actually saw it in person twice, the JDC Miller car. I saw it on its IMSA debut when it was in the garage, and I also saw it on the what is it? Porsche Rennsport Reunion. That was it. Porsche Rennsport Reunion 7. And that car was actually in the garage on display, which was so cool. So yeah, JDC Miller Motorsports have a really cool livery too. And the Jota livery, another awesome livery from Hertz Team Jota. Pretty cool. There's a lot of good liveries out there. Anyway, let's move on to the let's see here. P6 now in the championship. Now that we've got the first 5 or so, we're going to move on, and I'm going to put the number 7 Penske Porsche. This is the third Porsche. This is the one of 2 factory efforts from Porsche Penske Motorsport. The number 7 car, it's going to have a new driver as well. Felipe Nasr staying on with Penske Motorsport. But also, we have the introduction of Dane Cameron back in IMSA. He's going to be driving the number 7 car with Matt Campbell moving over to WEC. I think they're actually swapping places. Let me think. Yeah, they are. Okay. Yeah, Dane Cameron is going to be in the 7, and Matty Campbell is going to be over in the 5 in the WEC. Great lineup for the 5, by the way. I like to see that. And also for the 7. I think Penske is going to have a very, very strong season in 2024. Hopefully I don't jinx Porsche. They're one of my favorite manufacturers overall and just in general. I'm backing the Germans here. Although I do love every manufacturer that is competing in GTP and Hypercar as well. I support every single one of them. But yeah, I'm going for the number 7 Penske Porsche in 6th position. They grabbed a win at Road America, the first win for the number 7 car, and their only win for the number 7 car. They had a very strong race. Both drivers, Felipe Nasr and Matty Campbell, put in a very strong stint when they were participating at the Road America event. And then again, they finished 2nd at Indianapolis, and before they finished 3rd at Long Beach. Of course, that was different circumstances, considering that considering that the Acura 10 crashed out, the 01 crashed out, the MSR Acura was down the order. That race was by far a very chaotic one. We have a comment saying, Jonah, which brand are you rooting for in 2024? Ooh, so this is on the topic of manufacturers participating. And of course, I don't want to say anything bad about anybody because I love all the manufacturers participating in Hypercar. But I think Porsche, I'll probably be supporting Porsche as a fan of the 919 and previous cars beforehand. And as a previous fan of Audi, I got to stick with the Germans. Although I do really support the rest of the manufacturers. Really, I do support Isotta Fraschini, considering all they've done for me and for the channel as well. They've been a huge support and just really, really like the small Italian manufacturer over in Milano. And then who could not love the Cadillac engine, that 5.5 naturally aspirated V8, by far one of the coolest sounding engines I have ever seen over in endurance racing. And of course, I'm comparing it to the legendary, phenomenal Group C era of motorsport and endurance racing. But yeah, I would say Porsche. So some people are saying Cadillac for P6 in the championship. I've put the number 7 Porsche. Tell me what you think. I think you guys have been saying this. I've kind of been going off and talking about manufacturers, considering there was a question for it. So some people are saying 25 BMW P5. Interesting. I see P6 as the number 6 Porsche. Okay, so not the 7, but the 6. Interesting. Okay. All right. Well, let's move on to our next participant in P5. And this is by far a little bit of another bold prediction, I guess you could say. I'm gonna go with the number 25 BMW. This is the RLL entry, the second of the BMWs. This rounds off BMW's participation in the standings. And I am a huge fan of BMW. Huge fan of BMW. I love to see that they are returning to endurance racing in the top prototype category of IMSA. I was a huge fan of the 1999 LMR, even though I wasn't born at that time. I still remember seeing replays on YouTube or whatever of it. And it was an iconic car, truly iconic. I went to go see it, and it was in 2022 at Laguna Seca. I went to go see it, and it was just a sight to behold. I think I posted a video of the LMR V12 on YouTube, but I can't remember if I did or not. If I didn't, then I'll post it to the shorts when I have some moment. But yeah, 25 BMW, by far the most consistent entry, I would say, in IMSA last season in the GTP category. They secured 5 podiums, I believe, more than any car on the grid. And considering where BMW were at Daytona, that was by far the biggest progressive movement, I guess, of the BMW. That was amazing, absolutely incredible. It's by far amazing that they did that. I can't read this full question at the moment because I've got to move on, but Ryan did mention that he was asking what happened to the Audi prototype, the LMDH car. That deserves its its own video, which I plan to do in 2024 actually. So stay tuned for that. But Audi's LMDH, which I am so mad that they didn't go through with, because that would have been so cool if they did. They simply chose F1 over LMDH. I'm assuming that was a decision by Volkswagen and Audi and Porsche and all that. I actually assume that Porsche is involved in that stuff because if you think about it, why would Volkswagen have 2 manufacturers if they wanted to compete in F1 in this scenario? Why would they have both Audi and Porsche participate? They're both, and Lamborghini as well, because Lamborghini is owned by Audi. So, and Volkswagen, so thus for. But I definitely think that Audi's F1 participation is great, but at the expense of WEC and IMSA, not fun of that. But anyway, so that's P5 for me in this championship. BMW the 25 car. That's what I've given it, and I'm looking over in the comments here just to see what you guys think of P5. Of course, this is just my prediction. Tell me who you think in the comments down below. Who you think is going to finish in the 5th position in the championship. P5 Cadillac 01. Interesting. Okay, I could see that. And just to mention real quickly, we are 4 away from the 4 left, I guess you could say. The Cadillac entries have not been mentioned yet, so I for sure haven't. I'm saving them for last, I guess you could say. But this is where the Cadillac entries, I guess, start coming in, because I'm going to move on to P4. I'm putting the reigning world champions, not Wayne Taylor Racing, Action Express Racing, Whelen Engineering Cadillac V-Series R. Now, this could be a surprise to some, considering that Action Express won the championship last season. Like I said before in many videos, the IMSA season in 2023 was beyond incredible in terms of the competition. It could have gone anybody's way. But yeah, I'm going to go the 31 Action Express Cadillac in 4th position in this championship standings prediction that I'm doing. I definitely think that Cadillac are going to have another strong season in 2024. But I think that there's going to be other manufacturers that are going to be maybe taking it up a gear. BMW, Porsche in particular. I think that they are definitely going to have a strong season. But I think Cadillac, with that beautiful, beautiful V-Series R, is going to show us how competitive they truly are. The 31 Cadillac I'm putting in 4th position. Tell me what you guys think of P4. Who do we think is going to be in 4th position in the championship standings for the GTP category? Some people are saying agree, P4, 31 Cadillac. 31 Cadillac will be 4th. Okay, so some people are agreeing with me. That's good. P4, the number 6 Porsche. Okay, I can see that. So a lot of people are saying P4 for the Action Express Cadillac, which is good. That means people are agreeing. And by the way, while we're on the subject of GTP, I know this stuff can kind of get confusing at some times. GTP is very, what's it called? GTP is, it's good. It's a great category, but I know some people can kind of find it a little confusing at times. When that's the case, that means I posted a I posted I posted a video. That's what I'm trying to say. I did a video most recently, which was a remake of my original Hypercar and GTP video that I did in 2023, very early of 2023. That video was good, but it wasn't excellent. This video, I feel like I've perfected those issues that I may have had with the previous ones. I posted a video last week of the oh no, it was actually this week. It was earlier this week. It's Hypercar and GTP fully explained. This video is really, really important for anybody interested in GTP and Hypercar and endurance racing in general. If you are brand new to this stuff, I'm trying to help you basically understand what this is. And so that is a great video for explanation on GTP. So definitely something I think that people should check out. Hypercar as well, that is also kind of explained in that video. And if you're looking for an explanation on LMDH and LMH, I also made a video a while back, which I think I want to redo at some point, to be honest. But I'm waiting a little bit because I got a lot of content to come out, especially considering that IMSA is in its prime time of the year with the Rolex 24. While these predictions go for the 31, or for fourth position, whoever is going to finish in fourth, Dami did ask in the comments, off topic, but are you doing a prediction standings for WEC when that starts? If these live streams go well, if this live stream is going well, and I think it is, I hope you guys are enjoying it. Yes, I will definitely be doing a WEC standings, similar to this, hopefully. That would be kind of cool. Hopefully I'll be, more used to this live streaming format. But I hope you guys are enjoying it. It's this live stream stuff is really about you guys. If you guys are enjoying this stuff, then it will continue. If I also feel comfortable with it, that will continue as well. So far, I feel pretty comfortable with doing these live streams, and I hope you guys feel that you're enjoying this. So let's move on to the top three in the standings. So we have in P3 the 01 Cadillac. This is the Chip Ganassi entry that probably had the most unluckiest season, I guess you could say, in IMSA's GTP class last season. They were very unlucky. Could have won multiple races. A race in particular that I can go back to is Sebring. They were really out in front. They were likely going to win that race. They had a very strong car. Then it was a reliability issue, I think. Although I could be wrong on that. It was some sort of issue. I need to go look at that again. But yeah, I'm putting the 01 Cadillac here because I think that they're going to have a stronger season. The 01 Cadillac, Chip Ganassi Racing, very strong pair of drivers, Renger van der Zande and Sebastian Bourdais. Both drivers, very, very cool. I actually, Renger van der Zande was at the, what was it? It was Laguna Seco's IMSA, and he was the coolest dude ever. I fist bumped him, and then he walked away. And then I like to think that maybe that was a good luck charm because he and his teammate Sebastian piloted that car to the victory of Laguna Seca. Yeah, I'm putting the 01 Cadillac in third. And to be clear, I know someone was asking in the comments why the 01 Cadillac over the 31. I put the 01 Cadillac ahead of the 31 because I believe that they will finish ahead, but it's going to be so close. I'm thinking like 1-2 points separating these cars. At least the top five are going to be like 10 points separating, and that's what I'm predicting for 2024 when looking at previous seasons, going back. And to be honest, when I was looking at the Mazda DPI career, I noticed how close DPI was even. Maybe that's down to the BOP, maybe that's down to the regulations. I think it's both. I think it's a bit of both. But yeah, I think that DPI was for sure a very strong season, and it just made me think that how close IMSA has been, not just in GTP, but years prior as well, with the DPI days, and even probably before with the ALMS days. But yeah, I think that the championship's going to be very close. I think 01 Cadillac will finish in third position. And I think it's going to be super, super close between at least the top five cars in this championship. Let's see what the comments say now. A lot of people are saying that's fair. 01 Cadillac. That's good. Yeah, okay. So a lot of people are agreeing. WTR. I see some people going for the WTR potentially in third. Could be possible. Could be possible. Okay, so that's the 01 Cadillac. That's what I've predicted for P3. And what are we thinking for the top two? There's only two cars left. Some of you may guess it. I'll just kind of leave it up to you guys. What are we thinking for the top two? Who's going to win the championship? Who am I going to predict the championship win? Who's going to finish in second? Just reading the comments here. Some people are saying 10. Some people are saying 6. So there, I'll say it right now. There's the number 6 Porsche, which I haven't put up, and there's the number 10 Acura, WTR Acura, that is, and the Penske Porsche. Okay, let's go with it. So who I've put in second is the number 10 WTR Acura. People are going to say, oh, I knew it, or something like that, because I just said earlier that I was a Porsche fan, and as you can tell, and you know what, there's no need for me to reveal this either. I'm just going to put it all on screen. Porsche Penske to win the championship, the number 6 car in first position. I'm a Porsche fan. I'm going to embrace it. I'm a little biased, I guess you could say that. But it's not really just like I want them to finish there. I genuinely predict this. I genuinely think that this is possible for the number 6 Porsche. I believe that they could have one of the most consistent seasons. And WTR, I think they'll have another incredible season. And what I want from WTR is them to at least win. Last season in 2023, they had an unlucky season. They really did. They had probably one of the fastest cars across the season. Like, in terms of consistency, they were so quick. But they were just not there. If you think about it, I did this in a video when the Petit Le Mans crash happened. I did like an overview of their season. WTR Acura finished second place at Daytona. A few more laps later, they probably could have overtaken MSR and won Daytona. Then the next race, Sebring. WTR Acura could have been in a position to do so, but there was a collision between the number 6 Porsche and the Acura, and eventually the 7 as well, which resulted in one of the craziest moments across the entire season of the IMSA championship. And then Long Beach came, and they were in a position to win. Probably, in my opinion, they had the fastest car at Long Beach. A lot of people say, oh, Porsche, this was their time. And for sure, they definitely deserved the race victory, but it was Acura that had the fastest car there. Pole position for Felipe Albuquerque, and he was on fire. Same with Ricky Taylor as well. Both drivers showed incredible pace, and the Porsches went for different strategies for sure, but it was Acura that had super pace. Then the car crashed at the first turn, the first braking zone. Huge disappointment. And so all 3 of the first rounds could have been win for WTR Acura. But it wasn't meant to be. And I hate to do this to them, but WTR Acura have finished in second in the championship in like almost every season since, like, I don't know, 2017 or something like that. I did a stat on that a while ago. I can't remember what it was, because they won the championship in 2017 or 2018. I can't remember. You guys can correct me in the comments. I'm sure they won it somewhere around there with the Cadillac days. But poor WTR if this happens. I really hope it doesn't, to be honest, because I want to see them in second position. But hey, this is what I'm predicting. And for first, it's the number 6 Porsche. They had a very strong season in 2023. I think Porsche are going to take it to the next level, not just in GTP, but over in Hypercar as well. I think that Porsche Penske and just the Porsche 963 in general is going to be much faster. They are one of the only manufacturers to consistently bring updates for 2024. And I expect those updates to be good. Reason why I say this, and I was going to do a video about this a long time ago. If you guys remember, 2014, if we go back to 2014, Le Mans specifically, the 919 Porsche was entered into the championship, and throughout that season, they had their fair of issues. I mean, Le Mans was an example of that. They one of the cars retired. I think the 20 or the 14, I can't remember. One of them was leading, and then it just like stopped out on track. I think it was an electrical issue or something like that. I can't remember that far back on with just no information in front of me at that time. But yeah, I think Porsche needs like a year or so to kind of like, I don't know how you really talk about it, but really get into the swing of things. The 963 is brand new. And okay, Ewan Wayne just said in the comments, hello Ewan as well, another fellow endurance racing content creator. WTR second from 2020 to 2023, fourth in 2019, third in 2018 and 2017 champions. Okay, so I was right for once on that. Okay. But yeah, Porsche, we're seeing a pattern here. We're seeing a pattern here from Porsche. They were very competitive in 2015 at Le Mans with the 919. Do we expect a similar thing to happen in 2024? Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? We don't know what's going to happen. But I think the fact is that Porsche is likely going to have a very strong season in 2024. I really hope that doesn't end up cursing them or something like that. I really want them to do well as a Porsche fan. So I'm going to predict they take the championship. They were kind of robbed of it at the last race in Petit Le Mans. No fault of their own. They were involved in a massive multi-car crash. That was, I believe, what was that started by? That was the Triarci Ferrari GT car, and then I think there was a LMP2 car involved as well. And then the 6 Porsche and the McLaren Inception Racing McLaren basically got totaled, and there was a whole mess on the gravel when Nick Tandy was getting out of the car. He was understandably mad considering that the marshals weren't really allowing him to continue on, and that's fine. That's more safety than anything. The marshals are most definitely correct in that regard, but still, it was unfortunate to see them. To see what happened to them. So that's unfortunate. But anyway, we move on. So that's my championship predictions for GTP. As you can see on the right hand side of the screen, Penske on top, the WTR Acura in second, and the 01 Chip Ganassi Cadillac in third. Of course, these are just my predictions, so don't be like this is gonna happen based on what Formula Jonah said. This is definitely just a prediction. I'm sure all these will come wrong, and we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I think that's that. I'm gonna continue on. I got some more stuff to say, but I'm just gonna grab some water real quickly. Okay, I'm back. I had to grab some water. So that's that for GTP predictions. We have the 11 cars out on screen right here. I'll keep this open for a little bit. But I got some more stuff to say, guys. I know that this was mainly about the predictions, but I still have some more predictions for IMSA. I still have some other things to say before we kind of end off this stream. One of which, I'm glancing over here because I'm looking at my comment section. Just a reminder there. I want to do bold prediction, most consistent car and driver lineup, of course, best race, and unexpected results. Now, and maybe I'll throw in some more stuff as well. But in terms of my boldest prediction, because this is something that I think some people would like to know, I'm gonna go for the number 25 BMW to take the overall victory at the Rolex 24. Whew. Now that is a little bit of a bold prediction. BMW to win Daytona. Now, is that possible or is it not? Now, for those watching the 2023 Daytona, and for those that are aware of the situation that happened in Daytona, BMW had a very difficult race. 25 BMW out, 24 BMW continued, but was nowhere near the other three manufacturers. BMW are bringing upgrades, I think, for 2024, or they've adjusted some things. But here's the thing. I think BMW are going to have a very strong season in IMSA next season, even though I've put them in, let's see here, 25, 5th. Okay, yeah. So I put BMW in 5th and 9th in the championship. I still think they're going to have a good result, a good season in general. And I think that they could potentially win Daytona. What if something crazy happens where like some massive crash happens with the leaders or something like that? BMW actually has very strong pace. And I think that's possible. I think that's possible for them. Very strong driver lineup in both cars as well for the BMW cars. They've just revealed their driver lineups as well. You can take a look over on the my Instagram. I posted a post, I believe, about the BMW lineups. But yeah, I think that they could have a very strong Daytona. I think that could be a possibility that they win it overall. In fact, BMW has actually won Daytona overall back in 1976, I believe they did. With I believe it was, oh man, what was the car? Anyway, I'll remember in just a moment. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I remember from researching, I remember that BMW was leading the majority of the race, and then I think there was a red flag or something like that, and then they got back in the race a few hours later, and they won it. They won it. It was absolutely incredible. So yeah, let's see what happens. BMW winning overall could be really cool. I'm going to go for the most consistent car is going to be the Porsche Penske number 6. I think they're going to have a very strong result. I mean, judging by my predictions for the championship standings, I bet you can say that they're going to get a few victories or podiums or good results in general across the season. I think they're going to be very consistent. They were kind of overshadowed by the 25 BMW achieving so many good results across the 2023 season. And I think in 2024, BMW are yet again going to have another good season. But I think Porsche and the number 6 car is going to be very, very consistent. We'll see how it goes. But anyway, sorry, I already did most consistent. I did bulk predict. Okay, so now I'm going to do my best race of the season. I'm going to say Watkins Glen. Watkins Glen, the 6 hours of the Glen, or Salen's 6 hours of the Glen, including the sponsor. Watkins Glen was a very entertaining race in 2023, and it has been for years prior, when Mazda won and when Cadillac and Acura were battling for overall victories, and you know, as the seasons go on. Watkins Glen has always been pretty entertaining, and I think it's going to be a very, very excellent race. It is the 3rd Michelin Endurance round. We come back after the 24 hours of Le Mans over in the WEC, where IMSA has a small break for that event, which is where a lot of teams and drivers head over to participate at the classic French event. So I think that Watkins Glen will show some pretty strong, pretty good results. And I think that this kind of ties in perfectly to my next prediction, which is unexpected results. I'm going to go for I'm going to say Watkins Glen is going to be a kind of a crazy race. And for the top 3 in Watkins Glen, I'm going to say the number 31 Cadillac takes victory from Action Express Racing. Second place is the number 85 JDC Miller Motorsports Porsche. And third place is the number 63 Lamborghini SC63. Now, that's kind of a bold prediction, I guess you could say. That's what I'm going to go for, though. Cadillac, Porsche, customer Porsche, and Lamborghini on the podium. And as for another subject I want to bring in here, I'm going to go for biggest news across the 2024 season. And I'm going to say that Meyer-Shank Racing makes a return in 2025 with Alpine. Alpine have been interested in joining GTP for quite some time. I think that they could potentially join in 2025 with Meyer-Shank Racing. Alpine are interested in joining the US market as well. I believe in 2027 they were interested in doing that. I don't know if that's fully confirmed at this time though. And I think that considering they do have an LMDH car, and that is the only LMDH entry that is not competing in IMSA, I think that Meyer-Shank Racing could be a perfect team to collaborate with and bring over the A424. So that's what I predicted for that IMSA GTP predictions. I think that kind of concludes things in terms of the GTP predictions. But yeah, I want to see comments as well. What are you guys thinking in terms of these predictions? What are we thinking in terms of IMSA? Because this is actually a good point to mention that the Rolex 24 is the next event in terms of the big endurance races. And it's also coming up very fast. The Rolex 24 is going to be taking place, I believe, in 2 weeks or so. The week after this one, words mixed up. We are live streaming here on January 12th of Friday, I believe that is. And after this week, it will be the Roar before the 24, which is where IMSA has their qualifications set up for the big 24-hour endurance race at Daytona. That's the start of the season. And I think we can all appreciate that endurance racing is back. It's back very soon. And yeah, can't wait for the Rolex 24. It's definitely going to be awesome. So we have a comment coming in from Alexander. He says, "Are you doing a predictions for or on LMGT3?" Yes, hopefully, maybe in the future. If this live stream thing works, I definitely think that I can do something like that. I'm definitely going to be doing a hypercar predictions, kind of like this one. As the season kind of progresses, in WEC, I mean, like as we get into the start of the season, February probably will be the we'll do the WEC predictions for WEC and Hypercar and LMGT3 if given the opportunity. I have to set up all the graphics. It's a lot of work to get that all going, but yeah, I'm really excited for Hypercar as well. It's gonna be absolutely incredible. At the Qatar event that's scheduled to be around 10 hours long, we're gonna have 19 hypercars. That's absolutely incredible to see 19 hypercars out on the grid for the first event of the season in Qatar. That's more than the 24 hours of Le Mans had, and that's the crown jewel of the WEC, which takes place in June. So I don't know. I think we can safely say that Hypercar is definitely going to be entertaining as well as GTP. And as for the predictions for Hypercar and LMGT3, I will do that in February as we go along. Playlist Man says face reveal. Technically, kind of it is. I don't know. I guess you could say that. It's the first time I've kind of shown my face in this regard of doing live streams or anything like that. I did a video. I did a short on Ben Keating entering IMSA. That's when I had terrible lighting, to be honest, and didn't have this type of setup that I have now. And that was in last year, I believe, somewhere like, I don't remember when he announced that he was going to be doing JDC Miller's entry at the Rolex 24. I also did a video before then of Hertz Team Jota's reveal and the Aston Martin Valkyrie project before it was officially confirmed that Aston Martin would re-enter the hypercar class. Cam RSR says, prediction on who will be leaving GTP and hypercar first if IF does not count. Okay. He's still to Frischini. Oh, I see. Okay. Prediction who will be leaving GTP and hypercar first. Who? Well, that's hard. That's hard to say. Considering that Van Wall was going to be my next guess. I don't know. Okay, bold prediction, and no offense to anybody who's who's supporting this manufacturer. I'm supporting them. I love this manufacturer. Peugeot. I'm going to say Peugeot for Hypercar, but not in the way we think. If Alfa Romeo is truly joining, considering that they are Stellantis, I heard a rumor that Alfa Romeo could be coming in to help Peugeot with the project, maybe taking over the project in some way. I don't know if that's the case. If anything, I don't even think, I think Peugeot is in this for the long term, to be honest. The 9X8 Hypercar, even though they're doing an Evo version of it, I think they are in this for the long term. But if anybody, I don't see Cadillac, Porsche, Ferrari, or Toyota leaving. BMW and Alpine are probably sticking around. Lamborghini maybe, but they have committed till at least 2027 at least. And as for GTP, maybe BMW? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe BMW. No, because this is good for BMW. Why would they leave this? I don't know. That's a hard question, to be honest. I don't know. Considering that all these manufacturers want to stay. And it's really about, like, I want to see Van Wall back. I really do. Because I like that Van der Velde 680. Although this is a whole topic I could discuss way later. But Van Wall's situation with the legal thing. And then also the fact that the car is not very competitive. And just everything about the Van Wall team. Even though I love the team, I really like the idea of Van Wall competing in WEC with the Van der Velde 680. I think it's great to see more manufacturers in it. It's still a little bit suspicious in some way, I guess you could say. I hope that they figure out everything, because I really want to see them back in WEC. With at least one Van der Velde 680. It would be kind of cool. They're bringing in the Pipo Motors engine. They're doing a lot of updates to the Van der Velde 680. Hopefully 2024 can be like a step back, and they can go, okay, what can we do differently? What can we, how do we approach this differently if they want to re-enter WEC? Of course, they can't enter IMSA, but they can potentially join WEC in the future. We'll see. We'll see with Van Wall. And as for Glickenhaus, I think, unfortunately, they're over. As much as I love the SCG 007, I don't think that it's back. Maybe a smaller brand picks it up. I know that Vector Sport, after their separation from Isotta Fraschini, they are in contact with another manufacturer for 2025. I don't think that's Glickenhaus, but it could be. It could be Glickenhaus. I think the more likely option for them would be like a... Vector Sport could be like collaborating potentially with, like, I don't know, Alpine maybe? No, but Alpine's also in they're, if anything, they would probably be MSR with Meyershank Racing. Vector Sport maybe Peugeot? No, Aston Martin could be an option for them, considering they're both British companies. If anything, I could see Aston Martin collaborating with Vector Sport. That could be a potential possibility. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I want to mention two things before we kind of conclude the stream. One thing is Hypercar updates. I talked about this a little bit in, like, on Instagram post or something like that. I can't remember exactly, but I know a lot of you have been kind of asking what is next with the Hypercar updates. You've been wondering, like, where is it? Is it coming back? What's the deal with it, basically? The short answer is yes, it is coming back. It will hopefully be back at the end of January, which is kind of cool. And the reason why I took a break, because the last one was episode 9 in October, which was some time ago from this stream coming out. But yeah, Hypercar Updates is returning. It's returning in January. The reason why it was out for November, why I didn't post one in November, is because the entry list for WEC came out, and I decided to kind of focus all my attention on the news there. I was working on the Van Wall video, I was working on the entry list video, and soon after I was getting some help to work on the Isotta Fraschini video. They helped with providing some of the images and the interviews as well, which was great to see. And big thank you again to Isotta Fraschini for doing that. But yeah, fact is I was doing a lot of stuff at that point. Also working on school as well. I'm also in college, so had to do a lot of stuff. And then December, I took a break because I was merely taking a break from YouTube, a well-deserved time to just relax and do other things. As much as I love this channel, I need a break at some point. So it's nice to have that. Yeah. So anyway, let's move on to the other topic I wanted to mention, which was videos. This month of January, I'm going to be focusing primarily on IMSA content, because IMSA is heading into the Rolex 24. This was kind of it for January, besides Hypercar updates for the WEC content. I won't likely be putting out WEC content for the rest of January. It will be back in February once we'll do the same thing that we do with IMSA. This happens every year because of the Rolex 24. I do the same thing with June. I always say this, January and June is always the busiest month for endurance racing, busiest month for just this channel in general. That's mainly because of the fact that IMSA is having their biggest race of the season at the Rolex 24, and then the WBC is doing their biggest race of the season in June, the 24 Hours of Le Mans, and then again in June, we have the 6 Hours of the Glen, the Salem 6 Hours of the Glen in IMSA, and then I believe the 24 Hours of Nürburgring is also there as well. Oh, and that's another topic while I quickly am on Nürburgring. A lot of you have been wondering if I can do other content besides WEC and IMSA. I plan to in the future. I want to do stuff on the Nürburgring 24 Hours, considering it's a big event for 2024. And yeah, we'll see how that all goes. I definitely want to do more content on endurance racing. I definitely want to do content like the 24 Hours of Spa, ELMS potentially happening. And yeah, I don't know. I definitely want to see if I can do some other content on endurance racing, but just not on WEC and IMSA. So we'll see how that goes. But anyway, what's it called? IMSA content. Let's talk about that for a second. This last few weeks, I've done, I think, 4 videos so far. I did a video on the new hypercars joining for 2024, which was a massive success. Massive success because of the fact that 34,000 people watched it, I believe. That was massive for this channel. I did not think it would be getting that. Then I did a video on the success of the hypercar class, why it's successful, why it is the way it is today, and that was pretty cool. Then the hypercar and GTP explained, and Lamborghini's SC63s and IMSA participation in that. And then next week, we have a new video. We have 3 new videos coming out, actually. Next week on Monday, I have a video coming out, which should be the IMSA season preview. That video is almost done. I have to add a few more things on it, just quick little corrections and stuff like that. Just want to make sure I'm 100% giving you the correct info. I don't want to be spreading misinformation or anything like that. So that's coming out on Monday, I believe the 15th it is. And then I'm going to do another video on Wednesday and Friday. Wednesday, and this is also the week leading up to the Roar before the 24, so we're doing a lot of IMSA content. I'm also planning to do a video on winners of the 24 Hours of Daytona, or Rolex 24. I want to do that at some point because I think it would be pretty cool. I haven't really done it before. Last year I did a video of every single winner of the 24 Hours of Daytona. This year, I think I want to do something like the most successful or top 10 winners of the Rolex 24. I've already got that video in production. It should be out very shortly and ready to go out. And then another one is going to be a breakdown of how you can watch IMSA and how you can watch WEC. So actually, I take my statement back a little bit earlier ago when I said that WEC content is not coming. It should be still in another video towards Friday. And then, week after, I'm going to do a lot of content because that is the week leading up to the biggest event of the IMSA season, the Rolex 24. Got some really exciting things coming up for that one. Really exciting projects, which I will hopefully announce very soon within the week. So that will be cool as well. Okay. That's the content. That's what I'm doing for 2024, or at least the remainder of the season, of the the January season. And then February is a whole new ball game, which I'll get into later. I don't want to spoil everything as well. I want to make sure you guys are kind of surprised for this content and all that sort of thing. Any further questions? Any further questions? Let me know down in the comments below. Of course, I can't respond to everybody, as there's almost 60 people watching live right now, and I'm sure many people will be joining in as we go along. But questions, this is probably the final time to ask, because we're probably gonna end the stream very soon. We have a comment coming in saying, hey, Jonah, do you know how I can watch the Daytona 24 from Europe? Yes, IMSA TV. That is the way you're going to be able to watch it. I'll do a full video explaining how to do it, so stay tuned for that on Friday, next Friday at least. What's it called? IMSA TV is the way to watch it for everybody worldwide, except the US. If you're living in the US, that's Peacock streaming service, and that's an NBC broadcast. The other one is IMSA. Top 5 endurance racing this season. Top 5 endurance races this season. Oh, okay. 24 hours of Le Mans, 24 hours of Daytona, 12 hours of Sebring, Petit Le Mans, and 6 hours of the Glen. That's my thing. February 12th, Bathurst. Oh, okay. Diego asks, February, it is the 12 hours of Bathurst. Very important race in GT racing. I plan to do some content on Bathurst if I can. That would be kind of cool. You know, I definitely want to do some content on the 12 hours of Bathurst if I can. I don't know a ton about it, but I can do tons of research to that point. I will try and see if I can get a video out there. I can't guarantee things, but I'll try my best. Vacant asks, recently came across some Flat Rock Park stuff. No, it's probably a ways away, but you think it'll be on the next year's calendar? I don't know a lot about that. I would expect if it's getting a lot of attention, then maybe it could come into the future of racing. I'd have to look into that a little bit more, to be honest. I have to go through that. Potentially next season, but to be honest, like I said, I have to go into more, I have to research more about what it is. I'm just looking at the comments section here. Any more questions? Feel free to ask whatever you want. I'm going to try, if it's related to WEC, IMSA, Formula Jonah YouTube channel, content, whatever. See if you can join. Oh, and by the way, while I'm at it, there is actually, I'm going to switch over to my main page while I'm at this point. Where am I? Where is it? There we go. Okay. What was I saying before? I don't remember. Cam RSR says, "What's your favorite food?" That's a non-related racing question, but hey, I'll take it. Pasta. I love pasta. I love pasta with red sauce. I love pasta with pesto sauce. I love pasta with Alfredo sauce. I love lots of pastas, and I love putting cheese on it. That's off the topic, but whatever. This is a live stream, so anybody's. You can ask whatever you want. Is the WEC the greatest sport in the world, and why? Yes, greatest sport in the world. In motorsport or sport in general? I mean, I don't know if it's the greatest sport all around. But I would say probably it's up there in terms of motorsport, top 3. Yeah, I don't know. I would say probably F1 is probably the greatest sport overall. But WEC is a close second or third or something like that. What's your favorite driver? Andre Latera. Andre Latera. That's oh wait, actually, there's a few favorite drivers in terms of motorsport in general, or just in terms of WEC or IMSA or something like that. In terms of WEC, Andre Latera. Overall, this is an interesting one, but Felipe Massa. I've always loved Felipe Massa, and I'm so excited to see that he's coming back for, or he's coming to the Rolex 24. But Latera is my favorite in the WEC because I basically grew up watching him win the 24 hours of Le Mans. So yeah, that's that. What is your favorite motorsport team? Motorsport team in terms of manufacturer or team themselves. Like, are we talking about the actual team, like in terms of like JDC Miller Motorsports? Are we talking about the manufacturer such as like Toyota or Ferrari or something like that? If we're talking about team, that's hard. Pescarolo, is that considered a team? That's my favorite. That's my favorite, I guess you could say. Let's see. What do you think about hold on a second. What do you think of the new video game Le Mans Ultimate? Will it soon come out? Have you heard of it? Yes, I have. They actually asked me to make a video about it, and I did. We made a video. Well, I mean, it wasn't a collaboration video in that way. It was more of like they gave me some information. I made a video for them and released it for it. I'm really excited. I'm really excited for Le Mans Ultimate. As you can see in the bottom right, that's my Twitch. That's my Twitch account. That is where I'm going to be streaming Le Mans Ultimate content. It's coming out, I believe, in February next month, which is kind of cool. I got to see if I can run it on my PC. Hopefully I can. That's a whole other ballpark, and I'm really excited for that. Let's see. Do you know when Aston Martin will start testing the Valkyrie? What do you think about the decision on ditching the hybrid and using the V12 only? Is that a bad idea? Antonio asks. Valkyrie testing for the LMH car. I think that will be in early this year. I think they said that. I did state it in my Aston Martin reveal video for the LMH. At the moment, I can't remember when it was exactly, but I think I remember it was earlier this year. I think if Aston Martin can pull off a successful program with no hybrid, then that's fine. I mean, it doesn't have to be a hybrid in a hypercar. I think it's so cool that they're using a V12 and they're using a 6.5 liter Cosworth V12. That is beyond incredible. That's bigger than the Cadillac engine. That is absolutely incredible. I think that's got to be one of the coolest sounding cars ever. But yeah, the V12, no hybrid. I mean, it didn't really work out for Van Wall. It didn't really work out for Glickenhaus, but those were also small manufacturers. But yeah, we'll see. I think that, I think it was an okay decision. Alexander asks, can Glickenhaus participate in the Rolex 24 for a one-time thing like Le Mans? Oh, okay. Oh, I see. Okay. Unfortunately not. Glickenhaus is not allowed to, not allowed to race in the Rolex 24, even if they wanted to, because of the IMSA sanctioned rule. The 2,500 road cars must be distributed per year. Glickenhaus does not do that, and so they are not allowed to race in IMSA's GTP class, which is very unfortunate, if you ask me. Do you think there will be any Multimatic driver involved in Valkyrie program? Multimatic driver, yeah, I think it's possible. I think it's possible that they could, one of the Multimatic drivers could join over and race in the, or I mean, like, have involvement in the Aston Martin Valkyrie. I could see maybe Harry Tinknell potentially doing something like that. He is a Multimatic driver, knows racing experience in prototypes, especially the hypercar stuff. He raced for Proton competition with their Porsche 963. So I think Harry Tinknell could potentially do that. I believe he's a Multimatic driver. How do you think Cadillac will do this year in IMSA and WEC? I'm definitely looking forward to the war between Ford and Chevy in GT3. Me too. I'm really excited for that one. Ford versus Chevy, the two Detroit American brands going at it. Really excited for that one too. I think they'll do better. I think Cadillac will do better in WEC now that they have experience with the car. I think when we saw them head over to Monza and Fuji, for example, they were unexperienced. They had never really raced there. Remember, Cadillac is an American manufacturer. Chip Ganassi is an American team. So these are European stuff and Asian circuits, you know, that are kind of unfamiliar to Cadillac, I guess. And you could kind of say the same thing for Penske as well with Porsche and other teams. That's why kind of they were not as quick compared to the others. I think they'll do better now, though, that they have the experience. In IMSA, for sure, I mean, they are probably the team to beat, Cadillac, or the manufacturer to beat. WEC is really where it's going to go. Have you done iRacing? No, I actually have not done iRacing. I have looked into it. I'm interested in potentially doing it. I did do a lot of racing on F1, though, a long time ago. This was actually a Channel 4... This is actually a Channel 4 league racing initially. And then of course, it evolved into this phenomenal experience of this. But yeah, I didn't do iRacing, but I did do GT7 racing, and I did do F1. Then I retired to focus on school and really focus on this YouTube channel. But I still have a lot of friends over in the racing esports world, I guess you could say. There was a few people that joined in for this chat, and I'm sure that are listening right now. And hello to all of you guys. I hope you're all doing well. I'm going to take just a few more questions because I got to get going soon. The stream is about to end. But a few more questions. Let's see if I can look at the comment section now. Can Van Wall and Glickenhaus do the 24 Hours of Le Mans as a one-time race? Glickenhaus, no, because Glickenhaus has pretty much officially ended their participation as a factory effort. Yost is basically out. Van Wall, well, considering... So, here's the thing. I thought initially that Van Wall could potentially enter as a one-off race entry at like Le Mans or Spa, for example. But I recently... Isotta Frascani was interested in joining with a second car for Le Mans. That was initially what they were thinking about doing, I believe. Don't quote me on this, though. You're going to have to ask Isotta Frascani. But I believe that they were interested in having a second car, and the organizers said that they couldn't. So if that's the case for Isotta, I would say the same for Van Wall as well. Although it could be different considering Isotta already has a car. So I don't know. I don't know what the deal is, but I would say no for Glickenhaus, potentially for Van Wall. Any more questions? Let's see. I'm going to kind of scroll up a little bit on my comment section here, see if there's anything I missed. Sorry if I didn't see all these. What tracks do you think, what tracks do you like to see in the WEC, and do you think the calendar could expand to something like 11 races? That's from Antonio. I think the calendar could expand, but I think that the calendar is not going to expand past 10. The reason why I say that is because it would it would interfere with IMSA, ELMS, potentially the 24 Hours of Nürburgring or 24 Hours of Spa. There's other events as well. It's not going to necessarily affect Hypercar, but more affect the LMGT3 class, considering that a lot of teams, like for instance Iron Dames, participate at the 24 Hours of Nürburgring, Daytona, and Spa, and so on. Cam RSR asks, will Pfaff have success with McLaren? Well, for those unaware, Pfaff has switched from Porsche to McLaren in IMSA's GTD Pro class. They now have the 720S GT3, I believe it's called, the Evo version. And I think that they could have success. I mean, FAF is one of the best teams in IMSA's GTD Pro class. Um, I think that they could potentially have a very successful time with this McLaren. I think if they made the decision from switching from Porsche to McLaren, I think that it's I don't know. I think it's a decision that they really thought out and they really thought, okay, this is probably going to work. I hope it does because I love that team. We'll see how it goes. Um, DLRSC asks, could Mercedes and Ford join WEC and IMSA? Ford is already in WEC and IMSA. Are you referring to Hypercar? Because Mercedes is in IMSA as well in the GT3 category. If you're referring to Hypercar, Ford, I don't think so. I think they're focusing on F1. I think they're focusing on the GT racing and other projects as well. Mercedes, Hypercar. Okay, thank you. Mercedes, maybe. But I did a video last year about the AMG one, how it probably won't come over. So unfortunately, I would say no for Hypercar, even though I would love to see Mercedes and Ford participate. Ford has never really done this hybrid prototype stuff before. Mercedes has done the prototype stuff before, or at least the GT stuff back in Group C and the infamous CLR and previous GT cars as well. That was definitely a different time, I guess you could say. We all know what happened in 1999, so I don't know if Mercedes want to return. Let's see. Endurance sports car racing. Do you think McLaren will announce officially its LMDH prototype program this year? Who? Now, this is a topic that I could go on for hours, but I won't. I won't go on for hours. I think, yes, I think that is a possibility. McLaren are expanding as an organization. We have seen that over in Formula E. We've seen that over in F1. We've seen that over in IndyCar, and so on. I think they could. McLaren has a rich history in racing in general. Endurance racing, not so much, but in terms of the top prototype stuff. But they did win Le Mans overall in 1995 with the beautiful McLaren F1 GTR. That was a fantastic win and deserves its own video, to be honest. I will be making a video on the McLaren F1's victory in 1995 one of these days when I return to my history videos. McLaren's LMDH program, I think, could happen. I think it could happen in the future. We'll see how that goes. I think in terms of manufacturers just confirming programs, I think it could be McLaren and Alfa Romeo. I think that everybody else is kind of off the table. A lot of people can still remember the likes of Velox or De Tomaso. I don't think those are happening anymore, unfortunately. I made what's it called? I made a video about Velox a while ago, and I was just, after doing the video and researching about it, I was like, nope, this is probably not going to happen. It was just not how, I mean, they did plan to do 2025, but I don't think it's happening. Face reveal, Cali Bros says, I mean, it kind of is for the first time, I guess you could say. I've done some videos in the past where I've done my face on some stuff, but never in this format before, and I'm happy that I'm able to do that. Do you think that Stroll will drive the Aston following the rumors that he will retire from F1 at the end of this year? I want Stroll. I think it'd be kind of cool if Lance Stroll. I think it'd be kind of cool if Lance Stroll participated in the hypercar class. I think he could potentially be competitive. But I think he's focusing on F1. I don't think he's going to be switching to hypercar. So yeah, it would be kind of cool to see like Alonso or Stroll maybe in the Aston Martin hypercar at some point in 2025 or years down the line. But yeah, that's just how it goes. All right, let me look at some more comments, and then we will probably end off the stream, considering that yeah, don't want to get too long, I guess. Let's see. What is your least favorite hypercar? Ooh. Oh, I don't want to badmouth anybody. Least favorite hypercar. Like the design or the actual team. I love every single team in hypercar. I don't know. That's a hard one. I'd have to go through. I'd have to really think about it. I don't really, to be honest, I don't really think about least. I more think about my favorite and what is best for the hypercar community. Why does IMSA have the rule with 2,500 road cars? To be honest, I have no idea. I'd have to look into that. I think it was something to do with like just manufacturers. They only wanted manufacturers in the championship. But I don't know. I need to do more research on that and find out exactly why. I just know that it is a fact. It is what has been stated. I kind of wish that they would not have it, considering I want to see like Glickenhaus participate. But yeah. Who is going to win Le Mans overall? I assume. Alpine. Kind of a bold prediction. 2024, Alpine wins Le Mans. First time since 1978, I believe, when the Renault Alpine days. FICO asks, can Alpine race at IMSA? Yes, they can race in IMSA. They are allowed. They move ahead. It's a matter of they want to race at IMSA. I think that a lot of people get confused with this, and I explained this in my Hypercar and GTP video. The fact is that manufacturers, or a lot of people think that LMH cars can't compete in IMSA. That is incorrect. LMH cars are allowed to race in the GTP class. It's more about the manufacturer, not the hypercar. The fact is that the 2,500 road car really puts a blockade in the way of manufacturers such as Glickenhaus or Isotta Fraschini participating in the hypercar class. But yes, Alpine, getting back to that, Alpine can race in IMSA. They are allowed to. I think that it's possible that they could be the next manufacturer to join in 2025 with Meyer Shank Racing. So yeah, that's my prediction. Any brand that has never raced in prototypes that you would like to see going LMH, LMDH? Ooh, this is a really big topic, considering that I don't know if one or the other is correct. Well, who hasn't participated? Koenigsegg? Is that considered one? I think that's considered one. Somebody said Hyundai. Definitely possible. I'm going to say Koenigsegg. I don't know if that's actually correct. I don't think they've had a prototype race car in the past. So I'll say Hyundai. Koenigsegg. Endurance sports car racing says Dodge. Thoughts on the number 83 Ferrari lineup? Oh, that's another thing I wanted to mention. Ferrari just unveiled their lineup for the 83 car. It's confirmed to be Robert Schwartzman, Yifi Yi, and already confirmed Robert Kubica. Yes, I'm very excited for that 83 Ferrari lineup. I think they could have a chance at winning Le Mans and potentially multiple race victories and podiums. 3 Ferraris on the grid. That's like saying 3 Toyotas on the grid. Ferrari has a very competitive. Ferrari is very competitive in hypercar, and I think that they can show this. That third Ferrari 499P is definitely going to be very, very entertaining to watch. It's going to be cool. This is a very confusing topic. I think it's going to be it's a customer entry, but it's badged as the AF Corsa. AF Corsa is running the factory Ferraris, but the customer entry is technically it's technically AF Corsa. It's a whole confusing situation, and it's best not to think about it. It's just best to go with the flow and say, oh, this is a customer entry, and this is a factory entry, even though they're all kind of AF Corsa Ferrari. But yeah, I'm really excited. Kubica, this is exactly what us Formula One fans from like the 2010 era have been waiting for. For those unaware, Kubica was initially set to join Ferrari F1 team in, I believe, 2012. The accident in Raleigh in 2011 in February really affected that chance of happening. And it's just how it goes. So I'm really excited to see Kubica in that car. And Schwartzman and Yifi Yi as well. Fantastic lineup at that 83 Ferrari. Really excited. Bit late to the party. First things first, Jonah, your videos are absolutely brilliant. Love your content. It's right up there, up to date, and you're my go-to place to get everything on WEC and IMSA. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. The support that you guys have been showing is absolutely incredible. Thank you so much for your wonderful comments. You know, whenever I get stuff like this, whenever I get you guys saying some awesome just responses and awesome compliments, it just fuels me. It fuels me to put more content out there. You guys drive me to consistently put out YouTube content on the scene, and it's just absolutely amazing to see your guys' support. So yeah, that's that. I'm gonna end the stream around in about 15 minutes. I'm gonna go for another 15 minutes. For some that might be a long time, for some that might not be. I'm gonna go for another 15 minutes. That's 12 my time, Pacific Standard Time. Henry VFs asks, any info on the new 9X8 Evo with the rear wing? They just recently tested the car at Paul Ricard. I believe that one is hopefully they reveal the car maybe this month. And I said a while ago that I'm not going to do a lot of WBC content, but if Peugeot does reveal the wing, I'll probably do a video on that, something short. Let's see here. Do you think WEC could get to the point like when Group C was around in the late 90s? I'm going to say no. I know. I want it to be that way, but I don't think so. We have to remember, Group C was by far one of the craziest times in endurance racing. Group C was something that could potentially rival F1. Hypercar is going to be at a similar level, but not at the same level at the same time. I think that at the point of Hypercar, it is beyond something incredible. It's broken many records in the history of endurance racing, but I don't think it will be exactly the same as Group C in the level of how big Group C was in terms of it. But then again, the fact is that Group C was a totally different era of time, while Hypercar is in a totally different era. We're in the social media era. We're in the 21st century, where Group C was existing in the 20th century. So totally different time, and it's definitely different. So to say that one is going to be better than the other is not the same. But I don't know if it will be able to manage Hypercar at least and GTP. I don't think it will be the same as F1. I don't think it will be, considering that F1 is very popular, and yeah, that's how it goes. Joined full-time to endurance racing in 2023, and Ewan Wayne and Mora are the best channels for me in this world. Thank you so much. And gotta say, Ewan Wayne and Mora have incredible content out there as well. Yeah, to be honest, I watch their videos all the time because I think I learn a lot from them. I learn a lot from all the endurance racing content creators. Speaking of which, of endurance racing content creators, we have a Discord server called the Endurance Center. It's an offshoot of the Formula Jonah YouTube channel. We also have an Instagram for it. That's where I put all the news and stuff like that for the WEC and IMSA when it comes to Instagram. The Endurance Center actually has a lot of the major content creators, including Ewan Wayne, including Mora, including Off the S's, and so on. There's a lot of endurance racing content creators on the Endurance Center Discord server. Definitely go check that out. Links in the description down below to the Discord, so you guys can go check that out. Okay, around 10 minutes left of the stream. Let's see who else is asking questions. Max B asks, I don't know if you have answered this yet. On WEC, how do you think the new teams will do compared to the current teams? It's going to be a mixture. I think that Isotta Freschini and Lamborghini, since they're quite new to this prototype endurance racing, will kind of just start getting in. BMW has experience with IMSA and experience in prototype endurance racing with the M Hybrid V8, and Alpine has experience as well. I think that BMW and Alpine are going to be the teams to kind of take the fight to the likes of Ferrari and Porsche. I think that they are going to be on the same level as Cadillac this year, and maybe Peugeot. Although Peugeot could be totally different considering this Evo version of the car with the rear wing and the different aerodynamics and all that sort of thing. So I don't know. I think that Alpine and BMW will be competitive. Lamborghini and Isotta Fraschini will take some time to kind of get into it, and I think that they will eventually be competitive as the years or as the time goes by. Okay, moving on. Let's see. Could there be a car class someday which would be the top class of endurance racing, and the cars must have a road version too? Kind of hypercars like that, but it's not required to have a road version of the hypercar. I think everybody in LMH has a road version of the hypercar except Toyota. And yeah, I think that's it. Oh, and Peugeot. Oh wait, does Peugeot actually have a road? Peugeot actually might have a road version. I can't remember. I know Toyota, I don't think has one, but everybody else seems to have something like that. Um, I don't think there can be a standalone thing. I think we've already kind of branched into that with LMH. It's just not really required as much. It can be, but it's not required. Um, let's see. 10 minutes left. Any more questions? Feel free to comment down below. If the Alfa Romeo Glickenhaus deal didn't fall through, do you think Glickenhaus would be more competitive? Yes. Yes, that's a firm yes. I think that Glickenhaus would have probably had a more competitive time in Hypercar, especially considering that the rules kind of changed in the early part with Aston Martin joining and all that, or at least confirming that they would. But I don't know. It would have been cool to see. And that goes the same for a lot of things. Like, what if the Rebellion Peugeot partnership continued? For those unaware, Rebellion, after their LMP1 days in 2020, confirmed that they would be the team in charge of Peugeot. If they were involved in that project, would Peugeot be more competitive? Who knows? You know, it's kind of like it's an all unknown. Peugeot offers a road version if a customer pays, as they have said. Okay, good. So that's confirmation. Thank you, Calibra. Yeah, that's Peugeot. So Peugeot does have a car. That's good. Toyota had a prototype open road car, GR010, that was at Le Mans in 2020 or 2021. Interesting. I didn't know that. So I guess Toyota must have a road version as well. I'd have to look more into that. So yeah. That's that. Okay, well, what else? What else can we discuss as we have these final 10 or so minutes left? Keep sending in comments, questions, anything you want to ask in terms of endurance racing. I'll try my best to answer. If it's regards to Formula Jonah, actually just any questions. If you have any questions, just let me know down in the comments section. We got limited time remaining. Then I'm going to stop the stream. I am working on some more stuff for the streaming service, or the streaming idea, I guess, of Formula Jonah YouTube channel. Videos will continue as normal, but I want to put this into a new perspective as well. Tell me if you guys enjoyed this. If you guys enjoyed this live stream type of format, I am more than willing to do it again. I really enjoyed my time here doing this live stream. And I really appreciate you all coming out here. Currently, we have 50 live viewers at the moment. We had over 100 at a point, which was awesome to see. Hopefully, as these live streams become more regular, then it will become more often that we see a lot more people in. So that's good. Any info on what updates are coming to each of the GTP cars for the year? Oh, Porsche is doing an update. I know. I think it was... Oh, Porsche was doing an update for the aerodynamics, I believe, and the reliability of the 963. Nothing really to do with speed, I believe. It's more of the reliability and the aerodynamics. And yeah, I think that's to answer your question. That's for the 963 in both WBC and IMSA. Who is the third driver for the two Cadillac and WEC? At the moment, we don't know. I have a feeling it could be Gustavo Menezes, although I don't know just yet. I was thinking initially it could be like Kiffin Simpson. I don't know if that's going to be happening, though, considering his IndyCar participation. Let's see. Which drivers would you want to join a hypercar program in the future? With Aston, a second Lambo WEC car, maybe a second Proton Porsche. I can, right off the bat, number one for me is Sebastian Vettel. Would love to see him return to or make an appearance in WEC or IMSA. He was rumored to be in talks with Hertz Team Jota, although that seemed to not work out. But Vettel, four-time F1 world champion with Red Bull and race winner with Ferrari. It would be cool to see him maybe join with Aston, considering that he was initially with Aston in F1 in 2021 and 2022. So it'd be pretty cool to see him participate in WEC. Another one is Dorian Pin. I think that she is a very, very successful racer. She's got a lot of talent. I think that she could definitely be in the Lamborghini Hypercar at some point. I would love to see her in the Hypercar class at some point. She's got huge talent. Would really like to see her there. Do you think that Alessio and Roman can be Proton's hypercar full-time drivers this year? Let's see. I think that they'll Dumas is just in there for Daytona. I think Alessio is there as the endurance racer. But the full-time racers, I believe, is Jean-Marie Bruni and Giuliani, I believe. What other manufacturers do you think? What other manufacturers do you think that will come to endurance racing in either hypercar or GTP in the next 5 years? Hypercar, McLaren, and Alfa Romeo. That's who I think for hypercar. GT. Well, maybe Bentley. I don't know. Maybe Bentley into WEC. But I don't know, considering that Lamborghini, Porsche, and Audi could join, but Audi was interested in it. But considering that they're focusing mainly on F1, and I think there was a rumor they were going to end their project as well. Hyundai is another one as well. I could potentially see Hyundai joining. They were interested in WEC Hypercar, although I don't know if that's fully going to be happening again. They may join the new hydrogen class, which is expected to come into endurance racing in the near future. But I don't know. We'll see how that works out. 4 or so minutes, and then we're going to end the stream. So any further questions? Who do you think will win the first race in WEC? Ferrari. I'm going to go Ferrari. The 499P is going to obliterate the competition and take the win. I could see Porsche being competitive as well. I believe Qatar, the Losail International Circuit is similar to the Bahrain International Circuit, not just because they're close together, but also because I think the circuit is kind of similar in that way. Porsche was kind of did pretty well at Bahrain, especially Hertz Team Jota. The Penske's weren't on the same pace, but if Porsche's truly going to bring these upgrades they say they're going to do, and they're going to be good upgrades, then I'd expect Porsche to be up there as well. I think it's going to be a 3-horse race between Toyota, Ferrari, and Porsche at Qatar. I wouldn't be surprised to see like BMW, Alpine, Peugeot, Cadillac, manufacturers like that potentially getting involved as well. Qatar is definitely going to be an awesome race. Let's see. Oh, what do you think about a GT3 version of the Nissan Z Nismo for GT300, GTD, LMGT3? Would it have some success if they made this car? I didn't think about that. Potentially, I could see that happening. Nissan is, I think they could potentially join like LMGT3. So yeah, I could see that. I could see that being successful and being good. Alrighty. Well, I think that's pretty much going to end off our stream here. I want to say a big thank you to everybody that has joined the live stream here on the Formula Jonah YouTube channel. It's been amazing to see how many people have responded to this live stream. And it's great. It's great to see. It's great to see so many people involved in this. I'm seeing comments coming through saying just how much the support you guys are showing is absolutely incredible. Absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for joining in. And I'm going to say this real quickly. Stefano says, I'm really proud of how far you've come or have become. I remember you commentating on small racing leagues. Yep, that was the good times. Good times in esports racing F1 leagues. Definitely awesome. Thank you all so much for the support. Let's see how this goes. The live stream, I think, was a total success. It sounds like you guys enjoyed it as well. We have a new video coming out on Monday. It's going to be the IMSA season preview. Stick around for that. Next up is the Rolex 24. So much content coming your way ahead of the Rolex 24 and throughout the 2024 season as well. And hopefully these live streams can continue. I got some huge projects coming up, and I'm really excited for you guys to kind of take a look at it and see what we have in store. But thank you again so much for the incredible support for this channel and the incredible support across this live stream. We will see you all in the next one for the live stream. But of course, you'll hear from me next in the upcoming video coming out on Monday. Thank you again. Have a great rest of your day, guys, and I'll see you all in the next one. Formula Jonah, out.